And action. Welcome, everybody, to the end of week 4. Freddie G, the keto journey. And I seem to always get a little crazy when these videos start, and all of a sudden I can't remember my numbers. So, what is today? Today is July 31st, 2016. It's technically day 29, but yesterday was the end. This morning's my end of week 4. So that's 28 days down. Like 28 days since I've had some bread or some French fries or oh my god. But you know what? The cravings aren't really there. It's nuts. In fact, before I get into the weigh-in, the wife and the child and I went to the county fair today, which is usually a good day for us every year. I'm talking funnel cakes, elephant ears, pizza, great stuff. So I was a little worried about going to that today, but I was determined, like, I'm not going to have anything there. I'm going to wait till I get home, and I'm going to have the dinner that we had cooking in the crock pot. And a non-scale victory. We stayed strong, and we even bought stuff for our kid to eat, and resisted temptation. We've had this fair derail us before in the past. I think 2 or 3 years ago we were losing weight pretty good, and going to the fair actually ended up, we got something terrible. And then next day we were like, well, let's just eat bad again today. We'll start again tomorrow. Next day, we'll start again tomorrow. So that's definitely derailed us a couple times, once or so. Now, this week was kind of funky. I still had a decent loss at the end of the day. But it was so weird. There were just time periods throughout this week where I felt like I was losing nothing. Like, I literally went 3 days or so working on the same pound. Like, it would be 0.8 one day, and then the next day 0.6, and then the next day 0.2. And mind you, in my last video, I said I was going to be working every day for the next 6 days until my weigh-in. And oh my god, the amount of sweat that I poured out over the last week because it's been hot here. I knew that I was going to have a big number this week. I was like, all right, let's go for like 6, 8 pounds, something like that. The next thing you know, I'm working on the same pound for like 3 days. It gets discouraging. It definitely gets discouraging, but I don't know. Like, I just feel something different in my mind this time, and I know that it's going to happen eventually. So we just got to keep chugging along and not so much caring about the numbers, even though I'm a chronic weigher, like sometimes multiple times a day. I know it's terrible. Without further ado, for this week, we had a 4.5 pound drop. I went from 382.0 down to 377.5. So yeah, we did break into the 370s. That's awesome. I'm actually just, I think, 3 or 4 pounds away from where I was the last time I dieted. And so I'm pretty excited about that. This whole journey so far, from where I started up at 440 all the way down to here, while it has been a lot, I've done this stretch of the road so many times. So here, by next week, I should actually be busting into new territory, and that's kind of exciting. But like I said, this week was kind of meh. Like, I felt like I was working on the same pound for like 3 days, twice. So I actually feel like somehow there were more days in this week than 7. But we got through it. Now, the same thing happened to my wife around this time period when she was at this time period in her diet. And she used the Google. And apparently there's something with keto called the 3-week stall. It happens to quite a few people. And it can take a while for you to bust through it. I don't know what causes it, but for some people, you literally just come to almost a halt, even though you're doing everything right. And you just got to stay strong. You got to stay focused. You got to know that if you're doing the right thing, you will see changes eventually. If I'm consuming 1,200, 1,500, 1,800 calories a day, But naturally, because I'm so large, I'm burning like 4,000 plus calories a day just sitting idle, not including the, going to work or the other work that I'm doing throughout the day. Math simply says that you will drop those pounds eventually. So you go through a couple of really rough days and you just stay strong through it. You know that you're going to come out on the other end and things are going to be good eventually. So don't get frustrated with that. If anybody's watching this and anybody gets to the point where they're going through that, it's normal, from what I understand. She's looked it up. And towards the end of the week, I did finally start to drop. I think like my drop from yesterday to today was like 1.2 or 1 or something. So there at the home stretch, I finally, dropped. And today at the fair, we did a lot of walking. I did a lot of sweating, so maybe I'll have another good number tomorrow. I may do a video here in, I don't know, like 2 or 3 more days. Just kind of because this is the end of week 4, but I kind of want to do a 1 month recap video. So look for that possibly in the next day or two. Today's 29, so I guess maybe I'll make it like 30, 31 days or something. I don't expect it'll change much. Right now I'm at 28.5 pounds down during my first month of keto, which is fantastic. I actually want to watch this video when I get done making it and then go back and look at my first video just to see if I can see any differences in the fez here, because I'm sure it's happening. You live with yourself every day, so you don't really see it. So I'm actually going to go check my first video and see if I can tell, because we're at almost 30 pounds down. That being said, this one's running like a minute or two longer than I wanted to. I'm trying to keep these short, like 5-minute videos. So you all take it easy. I will be back in a couple days with a 1 month recap video. And that's it. Thank you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever you do on YouTube. I don't remember. Get it so confused with Facebook and everything else. Take it easy, guys. I will see you in a couple days. Keep on keeping on. Drop them pounds.